Director Renny Harlin is back with a new chapter, we should say.
Strangers Chapter 2.
Strangers Chapter 2. Welcome to Cinema Therapy.
Hello there. This is in our video where we are discussing the sequel to Strangers Chapter 1. And in this one, we have the same actress Madelaine Petsch from the first one trying to survive these mass strangers all over again, and she's ready to kick some ass.
Sort of. Kinda.
She kind of does.
She goes through a lot in this movie.
I mean, it's hard to kick ass entirely when you're being beat up and, like, I don't know, like...
Just can't get a chance to get away.
Well, she's in a hospital, she gets out of the hospital, she's...
Running through the woods.
She gets almost
Runs
shot
through a
at
house.
several times. She falls over different things.
There's a lot going on in this movie. A lot of critics are saying that there's nothing going on in this movie.
I think it's almost like it's so much, but it's like it gets kind of jumbled because it's like one big giant action horror film.
Yeah,
is the best way to sum this movie up. It is
survival horror.
The first one was sort of like if Chapter 1 was like a requel, like a remake kind of ish of the first one. This is like taking the idea of like Liv Tyler from the first one, but in this case like Madelaine Petsch from the first one, and saying, okay, now she like survived, and basically her whole ordeal like at the hospital and trying to constantly be on the run from the strangers in this one. They find out she's still alive. They get wind that she's still alive, and then they just chase her the entire movie. So they chase her out of the hospital, they chase her into the woods, and then also a boar chased her at one point. A lot of things happen.
At that moment I said, what the fuck am I watching?
I honestly, I don't know, I just went with it. I just laughed my butt off.
But it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as the first one, I don't think.
It was better than the first one. It was a little bit, my only thing was it felt a little bit misdirected. And what I mean by that is not it felt misguided. Like it didn't feel like it had a linear direction. Like it kept on like going forward, but there was no real end to this movie. And then the end happened, which is sort of like the first one. Like when they did the first one, the ending happened, and it felt unsatisfied, and it felt just like they ended it because they didn't know what to do, and they ran out of time, and they didn't know what they were doing. Things started to go on for a little bit too. Like for a lot of this movie, my biggest criticism was it felt like it was constantly like trying to keep you on edge, which it did really well. I'd say like the first maybe half hour to hour of the movie was really good. And then it kind of started to get a little bit too repetitive, and like they were just like trying to search for ways to keep it engaging,
keep it going,
and keep it moving. And there wasn't really like they did something really interesting too, which I will say was really cool. A lot of people do not like the idea of the strangers having a backstory. Spoilers, I liked the idea of Pinup Girl having a little bit more of a backstory here. I thought it was interesting, different. Again, we're not trying to see the strangers that we've seen before all over again. I'm someone who's like from the camp that says I'm not trying to see the same strangers views again. They want to explain this, okay. Just as long as there's like some level of it feeling like there's solid direction and like good setup, which it didn't totally have that. But I mean, there were some fine ideas. I liked what we did see of it. I just wish it was more congruent and it made more sense and more fleshed out, if that makes sense.
I disagree. I didn't like the backstory.
I did.
I don't think we need a backstory. I don't feel that we need that backstory, and I feel this is just a filler for Chapter 3.
Oh, I agree on the filler for Chapter 3 part, but I disagree on the idea that
I do think that this wasn't Madelaine or Petsch. What's her name?
Madelaine Petsch.
Madelaine Petsch's movie. I feel
Madison Petsch.
Madison.
Is there Madison or Madelaine?
Madelaine. I think it's Madelaine.
But I like the backstory, but it did feel like a filler.
I feel that this was more. You said Pinup Girl.
Pinup Girls, yeah.
So the other one's Dollface.
Dollface is the one that's not on this poster.
So this is Pinup Girl.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel that this is Pinup Girl's story.
That's what I said.
Because they had a backstory for the pinup girl
That's what I said.
and the main guy with the bag on his head.
Yeah.
At least
I said
that's
that.
where I'm getting at with this story. Or at least that's what I'm trying to understand about this story.
Madison Madeline Patch, I forget which, but she was also a lot better in this movie. I think her acting skills were
Yes,
amazing.
her acting
She could really
skills
cry.
were
She
on
could
par.
get really scared. Honestly, this movie
There's
is
this-
mostly non-verbal. Just right up front, this movie is not very verbal based. Like there's not a lot of dialogue. So a lot of it is just her reacting and her running around and her trying to act genuinely terrified that someone is going to come after her.
There is a scene
And
in
things are happening.
There is a scene in the movie where she's taking care of herself, doctoring herself up,
Yeah.
and it was pretty gruesome.
I was-
It was.
You thought it was gruesome.
It was just. It was hard to see her
It was.
do
I was like,
what she did.
mainly because I've seen so many other things that seem to not bother me, but it's the scene where she's like,
But you just feel the pain. Like it was, ugh.
I didn't.
Oh God.
I thought it was great. She's sitting there. She's just like by the lake, and she's like, I gotta fix myself up. So she's like totally in like what's the word? Like she's in robot mode almost. She's like just like I have to do it. So she's like doctoring. She's like taking a she finds like the sewing kit, and I forget how she finds it. She like starts like sewing up her like she starts stitching up her arm, and you see the needle kind of
I
go
guess
through.
we're
And
seeing what happened. Okay.
but yeah, it's just so.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
Dollface was not in this movie very much. She was in this movie very minimally,
Yeah.
almost non-existent. It was mostly the Man in the Mask and Pinup Girl that really took most of the screen time trying to chase down this girl, and then Dollface is just there in a few scenes to just pop up and like I don't
Just
know,
kill someone.
spy
Like,
on someone
you
or
think
kill
something's
someone.
gonna go good, and you're just like, oh, something's gonna happen. Bam, bitch went down.
A couple people like this one felt like also like it was trying to just be a random slasher too, which honestly there was a lot of things about this movie, like I said, I liked. Like, my biggest problem overall was just that it felt like there was so much like that they had kind of going on that they didn't really have a solid direction for it. They didn't have a solid opinion for it.
And it just ends. Like, they tell this backstory, and then it ends on another cliffhanger, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
are you
the ending.
fucking serious?
Well, it felt like they were chasing until she's just like, and now I'm watching so and so, something happened. I don't want to spoil it, but something happens, and then she's sitting there watching it happen, and then cue credits basically, and then there's like a post credit scene kind of sort of, and then it just
There
it's-
is a post
but
credit
it makes
scene.
it does not help the story. I will say for the people that are overly criticizing this movie, the movie doesn't have a great direction. It's a little like it's not completely like fleshed out, and then the ending just sort of happens, and then the post credit scene, and you're like completely confused, like what? Because then it shows some things, and then you're like, wait, what is that like a teaser? Is that behind the scenes stuff? Is that actually something I'm going to see in the
It was,
and then they say
the trailer for chapter 3.
that was the chapter because it says chapter 3 on it, but I
Yeah,
thought that
it
was
says
maybe
chapter
like a.
3 coming soon.
I did not get that was a trailer at all. I thought that was like some sort of like
Yeah,
behind the scenes.
It's like a TV. It's like a TV
with
show.
a-
Honestly, it was a next time on Strangers.
It looked like behind the scenes, and then they were showing us, and then they were saying next time watch chapter 3 is what I got at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyone else has opinions on that? Let me know.
Am I gonna watch chapter 3? Probably yes.
Well, we are because we watched these two, and we didn't
Might
even know
as
if we
well.
watched.
Might as well finish
Find
it out.
find out how this ends. See, the thing is, I feel like they were just like, let's make a trilogy and let's just do this, and they did not know what to do. Like, they had all this extra time to film this one, and then it just sort of happened, and you're just like, what? So
But yeah, I gave this 4 stars.
I gave it 4 stars just because I did like Madeline Petch's like character arc in this one, and I liked the action, and I liked more of the stuff that we saw in this one. So it gives me hope that maybe that all this will lead up to something in the third part.
Maybe.
Hopefully, maybe. Don't know.
Anyways,
We'll see.
Go see it in theaters if you want. If not, wait for streaming.
Yes.
Like and follow for more.
I can pop more.